everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. As Maurice mentioned, I am Rob Hale, the founder and chief operating officer of Travel and Relax. And tonight I am honored to be joined with our company's CEO and tonight's moderator, Maurice Washington, my wife, Lisa, who serves as our director of celebrations, and an amazing behind the scenes staff of Max Ratkai and James Bamati and Heather, who help us in our ongoing efforts to always provide top-level customer service to our guests. Travel and Relax was founded 16 years ago on August 1st, 2004, with the mission to unify the world one travel at a time. These tours began in June of 2020 as COVID-19 challenged our world and dramatically changed how people travel. As Travel and Relax considered how we could help you escape the stresses of today's world, we felt that offering you these virtual tours around the world to some of the world's great destinations would provide you with a great escape from today's stresses, all from the comfort of your own environment. Our major tours are being held bi-monthly, with the regional tours being held every other month. All of our tours allow you to dream of a future travel experience that you might enjoy. Tonight, we are very pleased to offer you an exciting regional tour of Costa Rica, which will be presented to you by our friends at Outstanding Costa Rica, Leo and Ali. Before they begin, while we do want to hear from you, to prevent the distractions of background noise, all attendees will be muted. There will be a question and answer period at the end. If you have questions, please enter them into the chat box or raise your hand in the participants box, and our moderator will make sure that your questions get asked. And now I'm very excited and pleased to introduce you to Leo and Ali.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Maurice, for the wonderful introduction. I'm Ali, this is Leo. We're from Outstanding Costa Rica, and we're so excited to talk to you tonight about one of our favorite regions. It's very special because we are actually streaming to you live from Puntarenas right now. This is our hometown and area, so we're very excited to present to you Puntarenas and the Gulf of Nicoya. Now, first things first, before we get into talking about all the wonderful things that you can do in this area, we just wanted to touch a little bit on COVID-19. So as we're all aware of the pandemic, and that's really been holding up a lot of travel all around the world. Right now, currently, Costa Rica is open. Our borders are open. Our international airports are open. There is a small process to get in. It's as simple as filling in a health form. You do not need to be already fully vaccinated yet, nor provide a negative PCR test to come on in. When you do get here, you will find all the protocols in the world that you're kind of probably already used to in your new normal. You will be required to wear a mask in public areas, social distancing, and of course, all the places that you visit will be practicing all the protocols and have really high sanitation for you. And for you to know, you'll be happy to hear that most of the activities, restaurants, things are open. So other than the new normal, your travels shouldn't be disrupted too much. All right, jumping in, this is the area that we're going to be talking about today, right over here in the brightly colored area. This is right down here. We'll find the capital of the province of Puntarenas, Puntarenas. This is where we're talking to you live from right now. A little higher up in the highlands and the mountains, we're going to talk a little bit about the world-renowned biological center, Monte Verde. And we're going to bring you back down to the coast, share with you a little bit about the islands in the Gulf of Nicoya, and we're gonna cross by ferry over to the peninsula over here and share with you some of these wonderful beach towns. All right, are we ready?
Yes.
So first, we're gonna start in Monte Verde.
I bet everybody recognizes that song, huh? Sweet Home Alabama. Guys, well, in this case, the name of this song, of this chapter is Sweet Home Monte Verde. And why? Because we're gonna go to Monte Verde, and Monte Verde is a town founded by Quakers people. And we was like, how come? Well, that was traced back until from 1949 until 1952. Why? Because of the Quaker religion. They believe in the lifestyle pure of peaceful love. They don't believe in war. And remember, back in the day, the whole world was suffering. We were reading rough times, and these people, they were forced to go to war or going to jail. So they decided to. They were the third option: leave the country, and they were looking for a peaceful country, and they found it. A couple years ago, before 1952, Costa Rica just eliminated the military. So they came here and they found this beautiful place that they call Monte Verde, which is they fall in love in this beautiful mountain. This is one of the two main founders, one of the main families that came here. Then we got Marvin Rockwell, which is one of the main founders of the cheese factory. And then we have Will for Window, which is one of the founder of the Monte Verde Cloud Forest Reserve. Guys, like, because they were Quakers, one of the main activities that they used to do back in Pennsylvania and Alabama, there was the dairy, right? So when they come down here, the only job that they found was also keep doing with the dairy. One of the funny things about this is they brought the Quakers
the Quaker oat boxes. Down here, you can see all the cheese molds were in the Quaker oat containers, so they're all the same size.
Different cheeses, but the same size.
Now, the best part about the cheese factory is it's still around today. Yeah. It's right outside the entrance of the Monte Verde Reserve. So while you're going to check out the nature, you can stop by, try the local cheese and the best milkshakes in the country.
Chocolate ice cream, definitely. Guys, and also since the beginning, the first thing that they saw, there was a beautiful virgin forest. This is a forest never been touched by the human being. So they hard believe in preservation and conservation and for the future natures. So they found the other thing is like the Monte Verde Cloud Forest Reserve. Right now in the world is only 1% of cloud forest reserve left. Right here, this park is about 10,200 acres. This is the house about 3,200 plants, which is almost the same plants that we have in all Canada. We got about 700 different kinds of trees, 500 different kinds of orchids. And in Costa Rica, you can see about 950 kinds of birds, which is more than in the United States and Canada combined. In this park, we can see 500 kinds of birds. One of the most famous birds is the toucan, but the people always come down to Monte Verde to look for this beautiful bird. This is a bird. This is the national bird of Guatemala, but it's more easy to find it in Costa Rica. It is the responsible quetzal.
If you didn't find this bird during the day, there is an amazing opportunity to take a night tour walking through some private reserves in Monte Verde, where you can get the opportunity, a really unique opportunity to find birds sleeping in the trees. This is also, you're going to find lots of wonderful creatures that you can only find, of course, at night, some nocturnal mammals, insects, amphibians. You'll go with a naturalist guide who will explain all the wonders of the night forest to you.
Guys, in Monte Verde is the background for conservation. So that's why in the cloud forest, a lot of the action happened in the canopy of the forest. So we were finding out how we can see, how we can explore, how we can enjoy this part of the wildlife, how we can observe this wildlife. So we create something that we call the suspension bridges, which is our walkways. So we're gonna go through the forest, we're gonna start walking from the ground, but we're gonna go through different bridges so we can see what is happening on the canopy, because on the cloud forest, we're gonna touch the clouds. And the most important thing is happening up there, so we have to be up there. The idea is we're gonna bring our telescope, we're gonna be all the toys, and we're gonna look for birds, we're gonna look for, we're gonna be in the canopy, looking for the species. It's this amazing opportunity, and that's a completely different view we're gonna have from the top of the forest.
Bird's eye view up here. Another activity for those who are looking for a little bit more of a rush, or looking to fill up their adrenaline for the day, you can go ziplining or swinging in the canopy here. Monte Verde is one of the best places to go, in my opinion, because it's really where ziplining started. We are the pioneers of ziplining. It's an activity that's great for the whole family. So if you're going to do it anywhere, this is the place to do it. And of course, you'll be immersed into nature, but you'll be zipping by it. So maybe you won't be able to catch the bird on the way, but you can call out to it, that's for sure. Something very interesting about our zip lines up in Monte Verde is we have some of the highest and longest cables. You also have the chance to go Superman on one of your cables. And if it's not enough excitement for you, we also have the highest bungee jump in all of Latin America. So that is really exciting for the adrenaline junkies.
In the forest.
If you want to check out the canopy, the treetops, the cloud forest, and maybe the adrenaline isn't for you, maybe you're unable to go for a walk on the bridges, there's another very accessible option, friendly for everybody. You can take the Sky Tram. It's a bit slower, so you are able to see the wildlife. So anybody can come out and see the treetops in Monte Verde, which is really where the action is.
Guys, because of the position, the geographical position of Monte Verde, we're on the top of the continental divide. So we're on the range, on the top of the range, which is a volcanic range. Give us amazing soil, amazing ground. And we are higher up, which is special for coffee. So in Monte Verde, guys, we're gonna have a different coffee that you're not gonna find anywhere in Costa Rica. Why? Because the elevation, the ground, and the cloud forest. This one we're gonna have more, we have here more water than the other different parts of the country. So the taste of this coffee is gonna be completely different to any coffee you're gonna try
in the rest of Costa Rica.
And the rest of Costa Rica and the world, because remember, cloud forest have to be in a specific position, same the coffee.
It's a very unique geographical area that gives a very unique coffee. So while you're here, what you might want to do if you're interested in the process of coffee is take a coffee tour. There's a great one in Monte Verde that showcases the whole process of coffee, sugarcane, and cacao chocolate. So right here, this is the beginning of the tour. You get to explore a local family farm. This farm has been in the family for generations. Their kids are going to be the guides taking you through. And in the end, you're going to be able to see the process of all 3, sugarcane, coffee, chocolate. And of course, you're going to be able to test it out by the end of the tour, taste testing, trying. You're gonna be able to have some fun learning about the process, also taking part in the activities, so you're never gonna forget about what it's like to pick coffee, to do the whole process, to grind it, to dry it. You will remember exactly the effort it takes to get to your cup. And by the end, really special here, it's really fun for especially the kids or anybody with a sweet tooth. We're gonna make our own fudge, like a candy out of the sugar cane, straight from you're gonna see the whole process right from the plant. So it's really, really something fun and interesting. And you get a snack to take away.
And then the grandma, which is Doña Irma, she got the end, she's gonna cook for us, and we're gonna end up having some food with them, with the whole family.
You'll try different pieces, different bits from the farm that you see along the way. You'll learn about one plant, another vegetable, another fruit, and then you'll be able to try it all right where you just saw it. So another one of my other favorite things to do in Monte Verde, if you've had your fill of sort of culture, history, maybe you didn't do the zip line, but you want to do something that gets your heart rate going a bit, I recommend the ATVing. It is something that you can do in other parts of the world, but I put it here because Monte Verde is my favorite place to do it. As Leo mentioned, it's an area that gets a lot of rain, so there's always a bit of mud, which is kind of fun to play in if you have a group. When I'm guiding groups, I always tell people that the dirtiest person, the muddiest wins, and the least muddiest has to buy a drink afterwards. So it's really a lot of fun to do with your friends or your family while you're here. You're gonna get great views and have a lot of fun.
Guys, and remember, the Quakers, they don't like the paved road. So all the roads in Monte Verde are dirt. So if you want to take advantage of that machine, do it in Monte Verde. That's how you make money off that machine.
All right, so now we know some of the amazing activities that we can do in Monte Verde. We want to talk to you a little bit about the places that you can stay while you're in Monte Verde. So as we mentioned, it's a cloud forest. It's beautiful for the nature. You're going to Monte Verde because you really want to immerse yourself into nature. So you're going to find a lot of beautiful lodges right in the forest with beautiful views. We've got a lot of small, distinctive hotels, which means that they've got 25, 30 rooms or less. You're really going to find your paradise here in Monte Verde with the cloud forest right outside your window. A lot of the properties have beautiful gardens, lots of trails to explore. So even without doing a lot of the activities that we mentioned, just staying in Monte Verde is a beautiful experience. You will soak it up just from staying in one of these lovely places.
Guys, and most of the hotels in Monte Verde are owned by local families that they used to be were Quakers, and now the kids, they went and they studied, now they became a hotel manager business, or they became like a business manager, man. They created these hotels. So this one, they're going to be local properties. They're going to be a small hotels surrounded by forests, surrounded by trails. You want to have a cup of coffee, just go outside, start reading a book, and then you're going to start seeing the wildlife just nearby you. It's
amazing.
Just amazing.
Yeah. So this is, enjoy your tropical fruits, your morning breakfast outside in this area. When you're in the views, I mean, there are no lack of views in Monte Verde. No matter where you are sort of placed along the mountain, you will find beautiful, beautiful views. This is a picture taken when we're on our way down from Monte Verde, on the way back to Puntarenas, where you can see actually a view of the Gulf of Nicoya. That's the water that you see in the background. And you can see some land beyond that. That is the Nicoya Peninsula, which is what we're going to talk about right now.
Guys, before we left Monte Verde, I would say we highly recommend Monte Verde as a first stop. And if you're traveling, even if you're traveling to Central America or to Costa Rica. Why? Because it's a countryside, it's a higher up place, so the temperature is not going to be really hot. It's a friendly town. Remember, it's founded by Quakers, and we get together with Costa Ricans, so it's friends with friends. Welcoming more friends. So guys, we highly recommend Monte Verde as a first stop. If you're traveling even to Central America or to Costa Rica, this is when you're going to have a really good, nice experience, and you're going to feel like you're still part of a little bit.
Welcome.
You're welcome with some your cousin maybe live here, and he just like welcome you back. So like before we leave like this,
especially if you go with Leo, he knows everybody. Also, important to note, Monte Verde is only about 2.5 hours away from San Jose. So it's not if you're landing in San Jose, it's really not too far of a travel day to get to. And when you're coming back to Puntarenas, it's about, with the new paved road, because the road up to Monte Verde is beautifully paved now, it's only about an hour and 15 minutes coming back down to Puntarenas, which is this beautiful piece of land that you see right here.
And this is where we are right now. We are in Puntarenas downtown, guys. This is the capital of the province. Puntarenas, the name is because of the shape of the area. Like you can see, it's like a peninsula, like an arrow. Punta means like the tip of the arrow, and arena is sand, because this little peninsula is just created by sand. The ocean starts pushing all the sand, and this is how we create this little beautiful sand. Like I mentioned, this is the capital of the province, so everything happened down here. If you're looking for, need to do some business, you're gonna come down here and do it in Puntarenas. But also, if you're looking for party business, this is the place to be too. Really close from the capital, and about an hour 20 minutes from the capital. This beach, because you can see we got in a bay. This is a long beach where you can just come down here, just bring the barbecue, set it up by the beach, just let the kids play, and just have fun. Guys, we are in the Pacific. About all the coasts belong to Costa Rica is not province. So they consider us, we are like the happy people. We are the party people. Like when you're gonna go to, if you're in the capital, if you're stressed, you need vacation, you just drive to Puntarenas. Easy peasy. An hour, 15 minutes, you just drive straight. You know that it is pretty easy. Everything is right here because we're in the capital of the province. Yeah.
And one of the really most important things for me when visiting a place is the food. Right here on the coast, we are going to find delicious, fresh seafood of all varieties. Puntarenas is famous for its ceviche. And if anybody's traveled to Peru before, we do rival Peru on their ceviche. So you'll have to let us know who wins. Of course, we know who wins. We've got lots of specialty dishes here that people, like Leo mentioned, a lot of locals, they come from San Jose to enjoy the beach here in Puntarenas. And these are the types of snacks that they're not going to visit Puntarenas and not eat. A Churchill, this is an ice cream treat. Over here on the right-hand side, this is our bigarrones, which comes with some delicious pork belly if you eat that, and lots of sauces. Really, really fun, interesting local cuisine. Stick with us, and we'll be able to show you all of these delicious dishes while you're visiting Puntarenas.
Like the names, or nickname down here, guys, is Puerto Porteños. They call us the Porteños because we belong, the main port is in Puntarenas. Right here, right now, what you can see is the Disney cruise and the Norwegian Pearl. In Puntarenas, we got only two big ports. We get to receive the cruise, which is one of the Atlantic, Limon, and then Puntarenas, the main one is probably right over here. Right now, we're gonna show you a few activities that you can enjoy in Puntarenas if you are cruising, or if you just spend the day in Puntarenas, there is an option for everybody too.
These are some things that you can do in one day in this area, whether you're on a cruise or just visiting the area. So this is the type of vehicle that we would pick you up with, something very comfortable, something easy to see the wildlife out of the window. And you bet you over here on the coast, you're gonna find really hot weather. So these vehicles, of course, are gonna have air conditioning for you all day. Our first stop.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna let the city of Puntarenas. We're gonna drive about 15 minutes away from the city. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna try to look for some wildlife. We're gonna look for some monkeys, the white-faced monkeys, the capuchin monkeys. We're gonna go and look. Ali and I, we're gonna start making that sound, so we're gonna attract them. We know they love mangoes, so we're gonna look for mango trees, and then we're gonna find the whole family. On the way, we're gonna start. We're gonna drive into some fruit plantations. One of the main plantations here will be mango, cantaloupe, and we're gonna drive some cashew trees too.
If anybody hasn't seen a cashew fruit before, this is it. Please, when you get here, pretend like you've never seen it before, because I love to show people for the first time.
Guys, in Costa Rica, it's one funny thing. The cashew, we eat the fruit, which is the orange. And the rest of the world, what they eat is the seed. But for us, the most important thing is the orange. We throw the seed. For us, it's too hard, too complicated.
Imagine.
After that, guys, the idea is to end it up, and we're gonna try all the local fruit. They're gonna be waiting for us with some fruit already. For us, also smoothies. We're gonna try some local with fresh fruit smoothies. This is the place to be. We're gonna try sandia, papaya, watermelon. Hey, imagine all the fruits you're gonna find in here.
Oops, I'm sorry.
Guys, we're gonna continue. We're gonna stop in one of the bridges. This is what Tarcoles Bridge. Tarcoles Bridge, you can see the picture on the left-hand side. This is a picture from the National Geographic. This picture won an award in 2017 because they say the National Geographic is you don't have to go to Africa, you don't have to go to Australia. You just drive in a car in the middle of Costa Rica, you just stop, get a smoothie, and you can have this show for you. But if you want to do more, besides that, we got something else. Maurice, you think that this is a Photoshop, the right-hand side?
Do I think what?
Well, you can ask this beautiful couple over here, the lady with the white t-shirt and the handsome man with the blue, with the black, with the green t-shirt. They are proof that that's not Photoshop. This is real and it's
Photoshop. Oh.
Yeah. This is, guys, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a safari trip. We're gonna go into the Tarcoles River. Of course, the idea is we're gonna looking for the big guys. In this case, we saw Tyson. Tyson had a fight with another crocodile, and he grabbed his ear. So we named it Tyson, like Mike.
You can find Barack Obama. You can find, there's a couple there, Bieber and Selena Gomez. They're a couple.
We got Michael Jackson. He's not dead. He's here.
Yep.
And he's here.
I saw Lady Gaga's babies last year. Very exciting.
And guys, besides the crocodiles, we're gonna go and look for more. This is an amazing place for birds watching. So we're gonna look is besides looking for crocodiles, but the amazing show here also is gonna be the bird watching. We're gonna go to some mangrove area. We're gonna go also into the river. We're gonna go to the Pacific Ocean. So we're gonna have different kinds of birds.
And while you're on this boat ride, this eco safari on the Tarcoles River, you actually are passing through national parks. So a lot of this area is protected. That's why you're very likely to see an abundance of wildlife if you choose to do this activity. I think Rob and Lisa might be able to vouch for that.
Guys, and the Costa Rican Air Force, the red Scarlet Macaw. One of the most beautiful and colorful birds that we're gonna find in this area, guys, is gonna be the red Scarlet Macaw. So the idea is we're gonna go look for these beautiful birds. They love the almond trees, so that we're gonna go and we're gonna go hang out by the beach, and we're gonna look for these beautiful birds. Besides,
this is one of the areas that's really special in Costa Rica. This is the red Scarlet Macaw you don't find in every area of Costa Rica. So right here in this narrowed in area is where you can find it. So this is, if you want to see one of these, this is the tour for you. Also, somebody else special that we get to see sometimes in season is the beautiful toucan over here, right?
That's correct. We're gonna go into the look point, but we're never gonna
technical difficulties. All right, after we get to do some bird watching, we're gonna get to, again, my favorite part of the day. We're gonna have lunch. We're gonna have a typical meal. We mentioned that the seafood is really fresh here on the coast.
Yeah.
During this whole day, you're gonna see we're right next to the coast, next to the ocean the whole time. So fresh fish is a great option. The picture on the left-hand side, you can see our national dish, the Costa Rican casado. So that will be a great option. And just another chance to try a ceviche because you cannot miss it in this area.
Guys, and the fish is so fresh here that imagine that when you wanna take people to this restaurant, you have to order ahead because the owner of the restaurant, he usually takes his small boat and he goes for a catch. So he will let you know, okay, I just got 5 fishes, I just got 5 snappers, I just got 3 zebras, I just got this and this. Yeah, that's it.
In this area, it's all local artisanal fishing.
Artisanal. They do their own fish, they cook it for you, and we enjoy it. I like it. After that, guys, we're gonna go back. We're gonna hit the road back to Puntarenas. We have to be on time for the ship. We always do. We're still here. But no, before we're gonna hit you a short city tour of Puntarenas. We're gonna drive through the market. We're gonna show you the cathedral. We're gonna show you all the neighbors. The idea is you can see our lifestyle of Puntarenas, and then we're gonna hit even to your hotel or to the ship, which is gonna be your home, right?
Yeah, and then see you next time. If you would like another area that you can visit while you're in Puntarenas, I was mentioning before that we have a lot of beautiful islands out here. So another something that you can do in a one-day tour from this area is head out and visit some of these beautiful islands. A popular one to do is heading over to Isla Tortuga. This is a picture of one of the catamarans arriving on the island. This is a great activity for groups of friends, especially bachelorette parties, bridal parties, families. You're gonna have a great time on this trip. This is arriving on the island. It's an all-inclusive day, so you're gonna have your drinks, your food, all your activities. I've been lucky to do this one a few times as a guide. Can't tell you how difficult my life is sometimes. This is some of the things that you get to do during the day: kayaking, snorkeling, hang out at the beach. We've also got banana boat rides for the people who want to get some a little bit of fun, a little bit of adrenaline in there, maybe shove your friend off or shove your husband off. And then, of course, relax on the beach. We've got the beach chairs included, and the staff crew is going to be bringing you all the drinks all day for you. Just be careful when you stand up. And make sure you get a really delicious luncheon. Again, I can attest to how good the food is on this day, and it is abundant because you might need a little something in the belly to absorb all your drinks.
Guys, and also this island, nobody lives in this island. So we need to bring everything. So we're bringing the rice to the island in the morning. The girls, they're gonna cook it for us, and then the lunch is gonna be fresh. And then we have to bring everything back. So we're not allowed to leave anything on the island, and there is nothing on the island. Yep. So we're gonna go to like an island version. We're gonna go enjoy it. We're gonna leave it like a Virgin Island. So even there is nobody on the island, and all the food is gonna be 100% fresh.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And this one, like I mentioned, is Isla Tortuga, so you can sort of imagine sort of this pristine island. The only difference is it's in the Pacific, not the Caribbean, right? Yeah. So this is a day that we highly, highly recommend. This picture was taken from one of the hikes that you can take in the afternoon. After you can work off your lunch if you choose, or you can just head right back to the beach, chill in this beautiful water. This is one of the bigger catamarans. The pictures of the end of the day, actually they're arriving. But anyways, we're gonna be leaving around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, back to Puntarenas, just in a perfect time to watch the sunset on your way back, maybe get a little show from the dolphins. Yeah. These guys just like to show off in here. Don't worry, we don't have any marine crew in here training them. They're just showing off. Also, if you didn't know, in Costa Rica, we have a very long humpback whale season. I've actually been lucky to see humpback whales in this area on the way to Isla Tortuga before, so you might get a treat there.
For free.
For free, well, including the cost of the tour. So yeah, these islands are really incredible to visit. There's a few that have a little bit of population. There's a few that are just completely desolate. You can just visit the beach, and then there's some other really special ones.
Like in this case, we got San Lucas Island. San Lucas was a prison from 1862 until 1992. San Lucas was considered one of the 10 worst prisons ever. They say that the prison said that we don't put it away. We just left them behind. This prison, thanks God, we switched it. It's a national park since August last year. Now we signed a partnership with Alcatraz and the Costa Rica government, and we just put about $500,000 on this national park. So the idea now is we're gonna join. If you're looking for history, if you want to learn something about our culture, a little bit,
kind of like a little bit of a scary history. There's lots of ghost stories on the island. It's a little mystical, but it's a really, really interesting part of the history. Of course, very sad, very tragic, but something very cool to learn about that day. And then you can finish off at one of the nice beaches having lunch.
That's right. And if you guys want to know a little bit more about the island, there is a book. The name of the book is The Island of the Lonely Man. It was what write it down, but one of the guys who spent about 30 years over there for a crime that he never committed. So that was some history that you will learn on the book.
Or visit. Another amazing thing that we have in this area, because of the geography of this area of the Gulf of Nicoya, what we get is this amazing phenomenon here, yes. The bioluminescence. This is a phenomenon that happens in only warm water, sort of lagoon type areas, or where there's sort of a narrow channel, which is exactly what we have here in the Gulf of Nicoya. So we're very lucky to get these bioluminescence. For those who don't know, these are basically microorganisms that convert their energy into light. And they really are a treat to witness while you're in the water. The trick is to find a dark night. You want a new moon where you don't have a lot of light in the sky. You go for a swim or a kayak tour in this area. And every paddle in the kayak is just like a magical eruption of fireworks in the water. If you can imagine the types of photos and the experience that you will have checking out the bioluminescence, is really, really, really special thing for this area. So you could have that experience here. Moving on from our islands and our one-day tours around Puntarenas, we wanted to show you, this is sort of where we are in Puntarenas. Maybe we've discovered some of the islands. You even come out to Isla Tortuga one day and go back. But now what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually cross over to the Nicoya Peninsula and explore some of these beach towns over here.
How are we gonna do it? We're gonna take this ferry over here, guys. But I just wanna let you a little bit know more about the ferry. This ferry also for us is also another attraction. Why? Because in Costa Rica, maybe there are some kids that they never been in the ocean. And the ferry is an easy, cheap option and safe option to bring the kids so they can have an amazing time on the ferry, on the water, on the ocean, right? But also for the adults too, it's an amazing experience, especially in the sunset drive. Why? Because there's gonna be salsa, live salsa music. There's gonna be a little bar over there. You're gonna see, we'll start
it's an experience and it's a travel, but it's also an experience. It's also fun on its own. To be honest, this is something that we probably do with family and friends at least once a year, just to get out on the water, great views. And the ferry, it's a couple of bucks per person. And we just get to the other side, have lunch and come on back. So the ferry is even fun on its own.
Just the ferry.
So you're arriving to the other side, you're gonna find lots of beautiful, pristine beaches, lots of different color sand. We've got white sand, dark sand over here, lots of special things to see.
One of the most important things in this area, guys, is surfing. This is one of, if you are looking for a surf, this is the spot to be. For big pros, or also if you want an amateur and you want to learn, this is the place to be. This gentleman here is Cali Munoz. Cali Munoz is our champion. He has been into the ISA, which is the International Surf Games. He's our big guy.
So all around this peninsula, we've got lots of different areas, some that are good for beginner surfers, some that are great for the experts, the pros. Really recommend taking a surf lesson over here. Yeah. It's a great activity as a family or even just a group of friends. Again, that bachelor party, it's really fun to get out with your group of friends and kind of just have a laugh at each other. And you'd be surprised. The instructors are really amazing, and a lot of people do get up in their first lesson. Not to say you could do it again on your own, but you might just get up.
Guys, in Costa Rica, remember, we have wildlife. We love the wildlife. And in Costa Rica, we have 34 national parks. We're going to find one over here, which is always nearby from where we are. In this case, we got the reserve Cabo Blanco. Cabo Blanco is about 3,000 acres on land and about 4,000 acres in the ocean. This is a primary and secondary forest. This is a tropical forest. What we're going to have here is mostly primary forest. The forest has never been touched by the human being. Imagine in this tiny forest, we're gonna find about 200 different kinds of forests, mammals, reptiles, different kinds of birds. And like I mentioned before, the most important thing here is we're really surrounded by us, which is the ocean, right? Like you can see in this picture, we're protecting around 4,000 ocean acres, maritime acres.
Nautical miles.
Yeah, nautical miles, thank you. Thank you so much.
And why? Because we're going to get to protect also the marine life, the marine creatures here. And you might, if you've been traveling around to some protected areas, you'll know in protected areas, of course, because they're protected, you do get an abundance. You do find a lot more wildlife there. So this is a great place to go explore, snorkeling, and you might just see one of our friends over here. We have beaches, we have the forest, and on this part of the peninsula, waterfalls. We also have these. There's no exception. That's something you can find in a lot of places in Costa Rica. What's great about this sort of area, though, over on the peninsula, is you do have the jungle meeting the beach. You've got the waterfalls in the back. It's an area that is very popular for yoga, for surf. Yeah. It is a little bit far away from San Jose in the sense that you have to take that ferry crossing. It makes a beautiful travel day, but you'll find less crowds because it's not as easily accessible as just going to a beach 1 hour away from San Jose. If you're not in for the big travel day, though, don't worry. There is a domestic airport on this side that you could fly from San Jose. But what I really do want to touch on is just the exclusivity of it. You will find less crowds over here, and this is a big reason.
Just to be clear, Costa Ricans, we are too lazy to take the ferry, so we prefer to stay on the other side. Easy and simple.
Yes. It really is a beautiful, beautiful area. You're going to find these little beach towns, lots of cafes, lots of things to do, and of course, lots of beautiful places to stay. Just like in Monte Verde and other places in the country, you're going to have a wide variety of hotels for different budgets. But we definitely have some unique experiences over here. Just recently, in the past couple of years, this beautiful sort of glamping experience has opened up that you can do in the islands. And I think also on a piece of the peninsula, we have some there as well. Lots of, again, beautiful, distinctive hotels, small hotels where you're just going to walk outside your hotel door and really feel the beautiful tropical Costa Rica right there. These are hotels that are really adequate for, a whole group. Maybe you want to come down here and get married. Your bridal party can stay here. Your family, your friends, they can all stay here. We've also got the bigger resorts. You can also find a few here on the peninsula. So you'll find, all the pools, the entertainment, the all-inclusive aspect, if that's what you're looking for. You'll also find it over here on this side. So there really is something for everybody to enjoy. And touching on sort of the exclusivity, the non-crowds, this is also what calls over the rich and famous to this part of Costa Rica. If you are a star stalker, this is the area of Costa Rica that you're going to want to come to. We hear The red hot chili peppers frequent this area a lot, and it's very popular for surfing. Steve-O comes here.
Yeah, guys, it's I hear histories where the people is going in the bakery in the morning, and you can see the red hot chili peppers just come in buying bread and with the surfboard,
and they've been coming here for years.
Every year, yeah, every year. In Mel Gibson, he have a house in Montezuma. I hear histories of people when Leonardo DiCaprio stole her girlfriends on the disco. Yes. That's a well-known history. Yes. And some people, they don't like that guy here because he stole the girlfriend when you are at the bar. When you go and get it and grab the beer, he stole the girlfriend for you. So watch out for Leo. Not me.
Also, no exception here, Miss Pink, she actually came down to Costa Rica to get married, which is a great segue to let you know how great this part of Costa Rica is for weddings, because you're not going to find all those sorts of crowds on your wedding day gathered around. You're really going to feel like just your private friends and family. Over here on this part of the peninsula, you're going to have the beautiful cliffside views with water in the back. You can also get married right on the beach. You could get married by a waterfall, beautiful elopements. This place is really well set up for weddings and of course honeymoons as well. You can just imagine the paradise that it is. And of course here, there might be a few people who could really tell you that it's a beautiful place to get married.
Yes.
And we might know some vendors for you, some photographers. We can travel and relax, and our team here, we can definitely help you out with all that kind of stuff.
This is a place, guys, with definitely, you're gonna find everything that you need for your special occasion. You're gonna find a beautiful sunset.
Everything.
It's by hand.
I hear, I mean, I was a bride here too. It's not stressful here. You're in Costa Rica already. Everything's taken care of. You just look out at the scenery and enjoy your day. So we really hope that you got a good idea of this area, and maybe you're excited by a few things. Maybe you want to come down here with your friends. Maybe you want to elope, get married here, have a family vacation. We hope that you're excited and inspired, and we're waiting for you. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome, guys. Thank you so much. This special presentation means a lot to us. In Monte Verde, this is the first time that I saw this beautiful blonde over here. So I put my eyes Monte Verde, and we get married down here by the beach. So
we'll share.
Means a lot to us.
Yeah, we'll give you more details when you get there.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Thanks for ending on that note. I don't think any of us would have known that. So that's amazing. What cruise lines go down there?
We get a lot of smaller ships. We get Norwegian, we get Celebrity, the Asmadas come. Disney has come once per year.
No, once per year.
Once per year. But we get a lot of Celebrity, Norwegian, bit of Royal Caribbean. Anything really that's doing a Panama Canal is going to stop in Puntarenas. So if you're looking to come here for a cruise, look for a Panama Canal.
They call it the Panamax size. Those are the ones that we can receive over here because they can do the Panama Canal. Otherwise, only in the Caribbean side, which is Limon, they got the big.
You might find other cruise stops in Costa Rica on the other side, which we'll show you all about that area in another night. All
right, that'll work. So let me ask you this: which one of you did the zip line?
Oh, we both have many times. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. ¿Cómo se dice conejillo de Indias? Like they use you for try.
Oh yeah, we've been the guinea pigs many times. I remember my very first time I was out there with a group, and I went to go do a little Tarzan jump. It's a little surprise in there. There's a little Tarzan jump, and I go up to the bridge, and one of my passengers in front of me is just about to jump off, and she sees me arriving, the trustworthy tour guide, and she goes, "Oh, Allie, good you're here. You go first. I'll go after you." Here I am pretending like I've done this before. I'm like, "Sure, no problem." And with all the nerves in the world, but I had to do it. So that was my first one.
And then for me, it was like all my friends from high school, they were the tour guides. So it's like, "Hey man, you want to do the zip line?" It's like, "Sure, why not?" So it's like, I just arrived 8 o'clock, just be there 8 o'clock. sure, no problem. So I went. I remember one when I was a kid, well, teenager. I did like 3 companies in one day. That was a rough day, but.
So we know all the zip lines. We know all of them, the best ones. If you're a little scared, we know the one that isn't as exciting. You know, if you want the level to be down, we'll send you to that one. If you want the most extreme, we got it.
That sounds awesome. We have a couple of questions from Rob. We have how many days is ideal for this region? And can vow renewals be arranged on the coastline?
Can what, sorry, be arranged on the coastline?
Vow renewals?
Vow renewals, of course, of course. Vow renewals, weddings, elopements. Yeah, and the great thing, if you do get married here, the process is pretty easy, and your marriage or your wedding is legal, legit back in Canada and the US. So you don't have to get pre-married before you come here.
That's hilarious. All right. So what do you, I don't know, what would you scale this particular area on a scale of 1 to 10 as a place to visit? Do you feel like, I mean, what really grabs you guys about everything that you guys experienced here?
Can you repeat the question one more time?
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you guys rate this particular area, this region?
Oh, hard question. That's why my mind is spinning. Scale of 1 to 10. I mean, this area is maybe a 9 on the Costa Rica scale, because it doesn't have that last piece. I think it's just missing a volcano. If it had a volcano, you'd hit the 10th spot. But if that's, I mean, it's not too far away. It's a great area that you can visit on a longer tour.
But we can see a volcano from Monte Verde.
If the weather's good, you can see it. So I mean, maybe it's a 10. I mean, it's up there. It's up there.
Because your last tour that you took us on, there was a volcano there, right?
Yeah, there's a few volcanoes that you can visit in a one-day trip from San Jose, which was the last region that we did. Yes, so I mean, it's still possible. A great thing to do in Costa Rica is to come here and visit 2, 3, 4 areas. A lot of people spend 2 to 4 nights in an area and then move on. So if that is something that you're doing, don't miss out on this area. If you're going to go to the beach and you're looking for something just a little bit more quiet, less crowds, you want surf, yoga, and you got the jungle, the waterfalls, like this is a great area for you.
That's awesome. I wanted to, wait, hold on, one more question. Okay. Actually, I didn't see any more questions, but there is, as Rob has stated. Please go ahead and put them in the chat. But other than that, I want to hand it over to Rob for a quick minute before we get out of here.
Great, thank you very much. And Leo and Ali, that was exceptional. As I mentioned at the outset, I'm going to work on a 4D presentation so we can all jump into the slides with you guys. Some of those were phenomenal shots. And having been down there with Leo, can attest to the exceptional services that you guys provide and that we can offer through you and with you. So look forward to providing that opportunity to our guests. And I do want to thank Leo and Ali for having presented that excellent presentation tonight. Our next tour will be on June the 2nd, when we will be presenting to you an exciting tour to Puerto Rico. And registration is currently on our events page at travelandrelax.com. We also invite you to check out our events page archives on our website, where you can find replays of past tour destinations we have presented, including some other presentations by Leo and Ali that they have done previously for us on other regions of Costa Rica, which also are exceptional locations. And should you have any follow-up questions on travel to Costa Rica, or have any other travel related questions that we can assist you with, or if we can service your travel needs in any way after tonight, please do let us know and we'd be happy to assist you. And with that, we appreciate very much your joining us tonight, and thank you for attending.
Thank you, everybody.
Pura vida.
Have a good evening.
Yeah.